We often hear French, Italian, or Mexican cuisine, but not a lot about Native American fare.
Oh, well, tonight, WGN's Patrick Elwood introduces us to executive chef Walks First, who is out to change that for her lifetime and generations to come.
You grab them and then hand them to me and we'll walk around together and place them.
At Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry, some local school kids and some adults are getting a lesson like they've never had before. The culinary ins and outs of indigenous cuisine, traditional and modern. Not so long ago, Chicago was home to the Native Americans of the Potawatomi tribe.
So we got one at each chair. We're going to end up with the extra one. Ready?
Executive chef Walks First is spearheading the effort to share the recipes and the culture of her ancestral people. She is a citizen of Wisconsin's Menominee tribe, but as a young girl growing up hundreds of miles away here in the city, she says often she felt culturally isolated.
I grew up with that, in Chicago, where my culture was not part of the landscape. But as a child, when you grow up and you don't see anything of yourself around you, it's hard.
With history taught from a one-sided point of view.
Every battle that the soldiers won was an epic battle, but anytime we won, it was a massacre.
Did you guys taste the maple in it?
These days, the alumnus of Whitney Young High and classically trained graduate of Le Cordon Bleu, Walks First has made it her life's mission.
So we have a traditional Menomin.
To share the recipes and the lessons of her ancestors.
My mom started teaching me to cook probably when I was about 5 or 6. So all the lessons through my family, going into the kitchens with other women and other family members, learning those recipes. We don't go through a book to get recipes. We go into somebody's kitchen and they're taught to us.
And as Native Americans were forced off their lands decades ago, traditional fare of certain regions were blended together, she says.
We became more of an intertribal people where we start sharing recipes, sharing ceremonies, and sharing pieces of our culture, whatever we were able to retain. So a lot of dishes, and like one of my dishes, a blueberry bison tamales. It infuses blueberries, bisons, and tamales that are from the Southwest, bison, which was the plains and the woodlands, blueberries.
Through her offerings of her catering business, she blends nourishment of body and spirit. As she cooks, she includes healthy portions of good feelings in her heart and a dash of Native American prayers as well.
It's not about just one region or one person's dishes or one tribe's dishes. It's about reclaiming all of these foods as traditional indigenous foods.
What about you? Did you try?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Today, she's teamed up with the Trotter Project, named after the world-famous culinary master Charlie Trotter, who passed away suddenly in 2013.
Charlie Trotter was my hero. And here I am today, with the Trotter Project, and I got to meet Charlie's sister. And ironically, Charlie Trotter and my son share the same birthday. I was like, it's in the stars.
And did you know, Walks First says that Chicago is home to the nation's largest indigenous population in the United States.
Chicago boasts the largest urban Indian community in the country.
Get out of here.
Over 100,000 Native people in the Chicagoland area. And for us, it's about preserving those foods, but also learning about them. A lot of people don't fully understand their own traditional foods. I'm still learning about my own traditional Menominee foods.
Patrick Elwood, WGN News.